All right, so I'm out here feeding these folks. Pretty cool. I got the American flag in the backdrop. Very ironic with what's going on right now. One of these gentlemen I already fed. They were together. This is David, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good to see you again, brother. What's your name, my friend, in the middle?
Doug.
Doug. And what's your name?
Corey.
Corey. All right, so Dave and Corey together. Doug saw me feeding these two gentlemen, and he came by, and I was able to feed him as well, so God bless. How y'all holding up?
Pretty good.
Everything's all right? Yeah. It's not so hot this last week, you know, with the clouds, whatever, a little easier, you know. Where I see you guys, they don't fuck with you in here, right? For the most part, they leave you all alone?
Yes. Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah. Because I see y'all, you know, been in the same spot. A lot of times I bump into people and they're in completely different spots. Maybe they get forced to move around and shit. But y'all are staying.
Last week, a couple of weeks ago, I had a little problem with them. I was hanging out over at Wawa.
Yeah.
In a little space that everybody walks in. I was charging up my phone, and one of the employees came out and told me that they couldn't have me there.
Right.
So I went outside. Just because I was trying to get some Wi-Fi.
Of course, right around their spot.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, cops come up, and they asked me for my ID, and I declined to give them my ID.
Okay.
Because I'm not committing anything.
Right. This is now. There's no reason for a check.
And so they told me that the manager called them, and told them they don't want me on their property, and I'm like,
they trespass all the homeless at that spot.
Why?
I'm aware.
Why are they trespassing me? I'm not bothering anybody.
Right, you haven't caused a problem.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything.
At this point, you're just a shopper. What's the difference?
No, exactly. And so they say, well, this is private property. I'm like, how is it private property when people come in and out and and pay it. It's about me being homeless.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
how did it end?
Well, they trespassed me for a year, and that's it.
Yeah.
One of the cops, he was kind of an asshole too.
Being difficult. Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Right.
It happens.
That spot is tough because they have their problems there, and so they pretty much now they're just trespassing everybody. I think that's over there from what I've heard and seen. I think you can pull Wi-Fi behind me over here, the library. I've given food to a guy that seems to hang out with everybody with his phone, so there is a way to pull Wi-Fi. And then McDonald's, hang out. You don't got to be even inside the McDonald's. I had a driving business, and sometimes when I had to chill out, I would chill by McDonald's and pull their Wi-Fi, and I could be in their fucking parking lot, and no one's the wiser. You know what I mean? So that's just an idea of where you can pull it from. I spoke to Dave before about how he wound up on the streets. My man, how did you wind up in the streets? You're a little bit older?
I had a situation with me and my wife separated, and my son got involved with DCF, and I lost my boy, and I lost my brain.
Yeah. Terrible. How many years ago was that? You've been on the street the whole time for the 2 years? Yeah. Do you do the camps or you stay on your own?
I stay alone.
Yeah. And it's been better that way for you?
I stay alone.
Yeah.
It's easier because once you side up with someone, they say more than two people, they consider it a gang.
Oh, no shit. That's the first time I heard that.
When the cops get involved, but in any hand, I have not had one problem with the police. They pretty much respect me as long as I respect them. And I have nothing bad to say about Melbourne police.
Yeah, well, that's good. I mean, if you're not getting fucked with just out while you're out here or whatnot, I think you run into trouble maybe when you're at a store and then they want to start messing with you. So I could see that kind of invites that problem. It gives them a reason, because that's why they're calling them. Otherwise, Melbourne PD would never have been in your life that day. If that man don't call them, they're never in your life. How old are you?
I'm 42.
42. I meant to ask you, how old are you, my friend? 50. Okay. Where are you originally from? Baltimore. Okay. How long have you been in Florida?
4 years.
4 years. Where are you originally from, my man?
Michigan.
Michigan. What city?
Grand Rapids.
Okay.
Yeah, Grand Rapids, Michigan.
All right. How long you been in Florida for?
I've been in Florida for almost 3 years.
Okay.
I've been here since May. As a matter of fact, it is 3 years.
Yeah, we just crossed May into June. How long you been on the streets for?
Basically ever since I've been here.
And what put you out here? What was the circumstance?
Well, at first, I was with a friend, when he had a painting business, and things just didn't work out with me and him.
So a partnership, right?
Yeah. So I ended up, parting ways with him, and I got kind of like into a relationship or whatever had. She broke up with me, and I fell into a real deep depression.
I've heard this.
And I quit my job because I had an emotional breakdown, whatever have you, and things spiraled down from there. I had just got me a place too, and but I couldn't keep things going.
Right.
Because of my depression.
When you got shit going on, of course.
Yeah, and it just wasn't her. I was dealing with depression, way
Previously, right.
way before I got
Probably never had much help in that way, I would imagine. So it's just unchecked.
Right. Exactly. So it happens, and so.
Do you have any kids?
I have 2.
You have 2 kids.
Yeah, Michigan, yeah.
Are they aware of your situation?
No, they're not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't ask everybody at first, and I started getting interested because most of the people I talk to are older. They're 40 or older. Most of the people I'm rubbing in the streets are 40 or older, and they all got kids, and most of them, their kids are not aware of what's going on, and I find that interesting as well. I have a daughter, 21 years old, and I probably wouldn't know how to handle that as well, whether I would, she would know or not either, and so I understand that. David, I never asked you, did you have kids? No. And my man, you have any?
Yes.
How many?
2.
2 kids. Are they aware of your situation?
My 6-year-old, no. My 25-year-old, yes.
Gotcha.
But see, I kind of didn't say it all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I have a good talk. You know what I'm saying? And,
Right. So that's part of the issue.
I was functioning fine until I, when they took my son, I was a functioning addict, before. I
Right.
Just, make everything happen. And when they took my son, I just became a straight ass junkie. That's the only way I can say it.
Right. I guess you're a functioning addict till you're not.
Right.
And I think that becomes the pitfall. I've taken up a lot of your guys' time. I just want to ask you all one last question. I've been asking folks if they're aware of what's going on around the world or what's going on in America. It's good that I got 2 black folks here. I'd like the perspective of everybody. You've already mentioned kind of dealing with Melbourne police and what you've had to go through with that situation. I don't know if you had other problems. Other than that, what are you aware of the George Floyd situation? What's going on, and do you have any opinion? I would just care to. I'll start with David. David's been quiet. I've talked to him before. Good to see you. You got your mane out. I didn't see that before. Jobless. I don't know if you're Rastafarian, but much love to the culture. I know a lot about it. What's on your mind with what's going on? If you have an opinion to share, you don't have to, but if you do.
At this time, how things are going, I don't have an opinion about it. I'm still soaking in everything. Not really listening to the media, but actually listening to people, who are from those cities and states where the riots and the protests and things are going on. So I'm still soaking in the information.
A lot of information out there, a lot of misinformation, a lot of provocateurs, people going in just to cause the chaos, to get an end result. They're literally Antifa. He's aware. My man knows Antifa. Very scary. Antifa co-opting everything, making everything look bad. He knows George Soros. Oh my God. There you go, man. Not a lot of folks know. My man, if you don't know who George Soros is, Google that one day. He is the evil warlord that's in all the fucking comic books. He is the ultimate puppet master, billionaire, motherfucker, absolute piece of shit, terrible person.
That Lives Matter.
Yeah. It's all very fascinating. George Soros is a bad, bad, bad man. He makes his whole thing off of unrest, however he can do it. These are paid provocateurs. They are literally leaving bricks and pavers on corners in major cities just so people pick them up and throw them. They're being left there. People are being paid money to leave them there. Good money. You know what I mean? More than I'm making, more than y'all are making, just to leave bricks and start shit.
Bricks by the buildings, you know what I'm saying, specifically for that reason.
Yeah, it's already been, now they can't even hide it. It's been caught too many times. It's already all through social media and even some mainstream media, which I agree, do not listen to. We've never trusted them for all this time. I don't know why anyone trusts them now, no matter what side you're on, no matter if he's your president, if he's not your president. You shouldn't be listening to mainstream media, period. Exactly. Read your books, learn on your own. Exactly. My man, do you have anything, are you aware of what's going on with the situation?
No.
Okay, so I hear you. No, a lot of folks, if you may not get information, but a black gentleman was killed in Minneapolis by 4 officers, subdued him for way too long, put his knee on his neck. He's complaining, this is killing me, I can't breathe. He died in custody. So that's the way the narrative's being played out. And people are very, very mad. It was very egregious and done right in broad daylight. So it's touched off a nerve that's probably, been bubbling in the country. I'll let you on, if you can have the final say here, and I'll let y'all get out of here. I appreciate y'all's time, by the way.
I just find it very interesting because the protesting that's fine, that's all right. But I want to speak to what's going on with the whole provocateurs. So basically, from my perspective, what I believe is going on is you have George Soros funding the whole provocateur thing,
right?
Antifa, going out looting and burning buildings and things of that nature. But what I believe is really going on behind the scenes is that the government is using that to orchestrate martial law. You hear President Trump telling the politicians to dominate the protesters, which all that's just saying he's declaring war on the citizens of the U.S. corporation. So you have that happening.
Yeah.
And then you have the military coming in, and
possibly,
yeah, brutalizing people. I mean, I saw videos where police officers are brutalizing people because of
well, no one's gonna play nice anymore. So yeah, this starts to become the snake that eats its tail, that eats its, you know what I mean? And so you can't expect, when you start calling the military in, they ain't gonna play nice. That's part of the problem why you don't bring the military in, is military's not trained to play nice. Military goes to countries to kill motherfuckers. Right or wrong, that's what they're there to do. And so when you start calling them in, that's the message that's being sent. Trump so far has not done that. The riots are coming down a little bit. The curfews are probably helping in some way. I'll leave you on this note. What's crazy about the whole thing too is that it's exposed the fact that coronavirus was a lie. You were told to social distance. You were told stay home. 34% unemployment as a result. Everything crashed because we believed in this fucking flu. That's all it was a fucking flu. There's so many other ways that things will kill you. And
all of that was orchestrated.
Well, it was orchestrated, but all of a sudden, once the protests started, rioting started, giant mass gatherings started, nobody's calling them out for not distancing. No one's calling anyone out. People were protesting open businesses. It wasn't allowed. So you could see there's something funny of the double standard of it, but also that nothing's happening as a result of all these people getting together. The numbers only spike because more tests get done. So it's like saying, oh, 1,000 more cases. Yeah, motherfucker, you did 1,000 more tests. Exactly. You know what I mean? That's how that happens.
Yeah. And who's to say they're not injecting people with the virus?
Well, there's that too, but again, there's no virus. Coronavirus is a flu. It's a flu. And the original one that came from China that was bad, as it made its way around, it started becoming mutated and wasn't so bad. That's why when they even admit 80% that have it are asymptomatic, meaning you don't even know you have it. It'll just show up in a test. Oh, and by the way, 30% of the tests are flawed. And we don't know if they're flawed on purpose. And then in Africa, I think it was Tanzania, you can look it up, I forget his name. He had his country, they did corona tests, and they did them on animals and on fruit, and he made up names and he turned them into his country's ministry to test them. It was fruit and animals, and 30% of them came back positive for it off of fruit. means it's a lie. It means they just fucking put a positive on the test. It's throwing a fucking dart at it. It's very scary, very scary.
Did you hear about this the return of the Ebola plague? Did you hear about
I have
that?
not, but I'm sure they'll play that next.
Yeah.
No. That's scary shit. I've taken up a lot of your time, guys. I appreciate it. 15 minutes.
God bless you.
God bless. You'll see me around. You can take that food. Enjoy. My man, thank you guys both.
Wake up, people.
Yeah, stay
Wake up,
safe
people.
out there.
Yeah.
All right? I appreciate it. Enjoy that and keep looking for